Well, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Master the NEC, where we talk about the National Electrical Code and all things electrically related. Welcome to a new series called Code Tip, where we look at little aspects of the National Electrical Code and try to explain it in 6 minutes or less. We'll give it a shot. So the first thing we want to look at today is an application for luminaires located in bathtub and shower areas. Now, the 2020 code did not change this. It restructured it from what was in the 2017, same intent. It's just kind of formatted a little different to break it out, to make it a little easier to understand, rather than one big long run-on sentence. So let's examine it. So if you have your code books, go to 410.10d, and you'll see what it says. It says bathtubs and shower areas. It says a luminaire installed in a bathtub or shower area shall meet all the following requirements. Now, this should tell you right up front that I can have luminaires in this shower and bathtub area. But I got certain restrictions I have to be aware of, but it doesn't prohibit it to be in there. Okay, just follow the rules. So the first one is D1, and it says, no part of cord-connected luminaires, chain, cable, or cord-suspended luminaires, lighting tracks, or track lighting, if you will, pendants, or ceiling-suspended paddle fans shall be located within the zone. And what is that zone? 3 foot horizontally and 8 foot vertically from the top of the bathtub rim or shower stall threshold. Now, if your ceiling's higher than 8 foot and you keep that luminaire above that 8 foot, then you're okay. That's not within that glorious limited restricted space that we're talking about, that 3 by 8 foot. Now, also remember here that it goes on to say the zone is all encompassing, so it also includes the space above the shower or bathtub as well when it comes to these restrictions, what can't be there. Now, that doesn't mean that outside of outside of the bathtub and shower area, in that 3 by 8 foot zone, I can install a surface mounted luminaire. I can install a recess type of luminaire. Those are fine, and they don't have to be specifically rated wet or damp. They're outside of the threshold of the bathtub or the shower. However, I can't have those certain restricted types of luminaires or ceiling paddle fans in that area, okay? Now let's move into the actual shower and tub physical outside dimension spaces, okay? Here's what the next says, because now we want to talk about what luminaires could I put in there. Here's what it says. It says, number 2, it says luminaires located within the actual outside dimensions of the bathtub or shower to a height of 8 feet vertically from the top of the bathtub rim or shower threshold shall be marked suitable for damp locations. So obviously they can be in there. Obviously you still can't put the other ones that are prohibited in D1, but you could have a recessed or you could have a surface mount luminaire in this location. It has to be damp location. But then it says or marked suitable for a wet location. So wet is more restrictive than damp. So a wet one would cover damp, but a damp can't cover wet. So if it ever is in question, go with a wet and you're going to be okay. All right. Now, it also says we're not going to give you that choice in the next sentence. It's going to say luminaires located where subject to shower spray shall be marked suitable for a wet location. Okay. So you don't get the option. Now, if it's a fixed shower head, let's say spraying down, and I want to put a recessed can in the ceiling, then as long as it's damp rated, I'm okay. It might be just as simple as putting a certain type of listed lens on it or something. Then I might be okay. But if I had a type of shower with a pull-out sprayer maybe, then chances are it's subject to spray. Then it could be considered a wet location. So if I'm concerned about that, I'm just going to go with a wet. However, there are some large showers that even have sconces in it that are listed for use in showers and things like that. They would have to be wet location rated because they are obviously going to be subject to spray. So it doesn't mean you can't have them in these spaces. You just have to be aware of what you put in there. Okay. So I see routinely on Instagram and places like that, people will have, believe it or not, suspended ceiling fans in that 3 foot by 8 foot zone. They think it's outside of the shower, so it's okay, but you see in D1 that it's prohibited to do that. So you have to stop, look at it, and think what you're putting in there. Sometimes the owners want some weird stuff when they're picking out their luminaires for their dwelling or whatnot, and you have to gear them back a little bit and say, no, you can't do that. We can't have that in there. So again, that was an examination of 410.10D, 1 and D2. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We're going to have more of these short segments. Till next time, folks, stay safe. God bless.